Hello everyone and welcome back to Cities by Steven. You're talking to Steven. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button, get that bell notification on too so you don't miss out on the next episode of Brockton County on Ontario Theme City. And make sure to hit that like button too. The like button helps the channel a lot. Welcome back to the series. We are, trying to ramp up to the end of this series, and it's been a good run here. We're almost at 160 episodes. I'm trying to aim to end this series in July. So we're going to be really pushing for kind of the completion of this series. We're going to be really kind of just, throwing ourselves at projects that I want to get done. And then in the end, we'll do some transit, we'll do some traffic, and then we'll leave it at that. Thinking we'll have like the last episode of the series will just be kind of like a full summary episode, and we'll do some detailing and some tweaks and stuff and just chatting about everything that we've done. And the reason why July may be the end of the series is because I have a really special project upcoming, and I'm very excited to share more details with you all in the future when those details become available to be shared. So I am very much looking forward to telling you about it and to showing you what I've got going on. But until then, it'll be a secret, and you'll probably hear from me either on Instagram or in one of these videos, or one of those community messages on YouTube. So make sure you get the bell notification on so you don't miss out on that notification when it comes out. And follow me on Instagram too. I post cool screenshots of the city every now and then, especially on days when the episodes come out. So it's also a bit of a reminder. And I also post channel updates there as well. So what are we doing today though? Well, we are going to be heading back to the town of Strathcona, where we'll be doing a cool little project here. We're going to be expanding Strathcona Lakes, that little community out by all the lakes and the cottage country of the area. But before we kind of get going into that, I'll show you a couple things that I did off camera, and then we'll talk about all the projects that I kind of want to tick off before we end the series. Whoa. Okay, so here is the town of the new suburbs of Strathcona. This is the town of Strathcona, the old 1950s suburban area, and then they expanded out over here. So they originally had the airport over here with probably just a couple little houses, some shops. We got the highway rest stop over here as well. But thank you for the suggestion. I believe it was Jason for Maple Valley to name this area. And then there's going to be a second addition to this area called Maple Grove. This was a fun build. I've been simming a lot because I just wanted to fill in all the residential areas that we left blank, which is right over here. And then I also just filled in this zoning over here. There's also a suggestion from David to get an old gas station in here. So what I did was I got the newer gas station in right here. So these are assets that just spawn naturally. And then here's the older one. So it's got the old garage attached to it, with an old gas pump right there in the middle. So I thought that was a cool addition. That's an industrial building, and then that's a commercial building. Then we have, an old house. Maybe the owners lived there back in the day. So that's kind of all I've really done off camera, and I've let it sim for a little while. Oh, and then what I did was, a little while ago, we talked about getting an interchange in right here. So I just built a really simple diamond interchange. And that's it. You know what? I don't think I did any lane maths on this or anything. Okay, people can turn off. That's good. I was worried that was going to happen. And we'll just do a quick little touch up here. Yeah, we're good. And we're good on that side. Okay. So yeah, just a little diamond interchange here, which will help out any cars that are going into this community here, so we don't clog up our Parklow interchange. But that's what we've already done. What's going to be in the future? Well, we're going to be building out here today in Strathcona Lakes, but we'll get to that momentarily. So what else do we got planned? We're going to get a national park here along the waterfront over here. I think I want to fill out a bit more of cottage country as well before we end. And then if we zoom all the way down in here, which is north, we got Dean Hills, but we left open a spot for a suburb. So I think we're going to get a bit of a suburb over here. And then we're going to go all the way over here and then towards our airport, Rosewood Square, which is the refinery, I've always wanted to get a town out this way, and it just never seemed to develop. So I want to get a town out here, and then I want to fill in Shatner Heights as well. Maybe do something with this island. But other than that, there's like lots of small areas that I'm thinking need some development, like right in here. Right in here. Just, you know, some examples. Right in here we have like this wide open space. I mean, I feel like it's going to get really repetitive towards the end. So that's why I'm thinking of just kind of ending it off. Maybe we'll get, you know, plan out what would be a future suburb or something out this way. So we don't necessarily have to build it, but it would look like the town is still expanding. And, you know, we can always come back to the city. The city is starting to get a little bit frustrating in a way. Traffic isn't behaving as it should. There's, you know, a bit of Frankenstein-ness to this series because I've done a lot of manipulating things behind the scenes to keep it afloat after the airport DLC update, and all the mods have kind of got jumbled up. So there's lots of stuff that we did early on in the series that I think have changed, and I don't think I changed them myself. So you're right. You know what? It's also time to move on. This has been going on for a little while now. And I love this city, but maybe we could always come back to it to test out some cool things. But yeah, the city turned out just fantastically. Anyway, so let's hop out over to Strathcona, and we'll look at what's going on over here. So I want to get in as many of the unique buildings as possible. And one unique building that I think would be really cool out over here, and a building that I think is meant to be in a downtown, but I think it looks nice in a suburb, is Central Park. So if we place it right here, no, I might actually back it up even more. Yeah, let's do that. So Central Park, it's a really cool asset. I think that, let's see if this will work. I just really like the kind of idea of the amphitheater there. I think it can really add a lot to a city here. Is that going to go over the edge too much? Yeah, it is. Okay, so we'll just delete that. We'll delete these houses too. These houses have probably been there for a long time, but too bad. So let's add it in right here, and pretty much what I'll do is I'll just try and center it so that the amphitheater is right on that little peninsula there. All right, yeah, very cool. So we'll just have to detail it a little bit. You know what? I'm gonna bring that road a bit closer. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna try to get in as many of the unique buildings as possible as well. That'll be another kind of challenge on top of this all. So I hope to get it done as soon as possible. Hoping before July, but you know, the first week of July, kind of is when I think that's the scheduled date for this. You know, July 1st week. I think that's the next scheduled week for this series. Yeah, that looks nice. Could also bring this one down as well. How would this look if we brought this down to about here? Oh, don't like how that connected. Yeah, so what's the plan after that? Well, I have a special project that I'll share more with you later on. But after the special project, well, you know, we have the city of Fort Prairie going on at the same time as this series. So I think what I'm planning on doing is, you know, just running with Fort Prairie for a little while as a solo. So every week will be Fort Prairie. And then, you know what, I think I'll just connect this up right in there. So every week's going to be a Fort Prairie week for a little while. And then probably before the fall, or, you know, maybe in September, I will start our next series, and we'll kind of have it ongoing with Fort Prairie. You know, obviously that date is not set in stone. So if I don't meet that date, don't get mad at me. Yeah, and the next series is going to be a British Columbia themed series. We're kind of moving west, you know. But that's not for a little while, and I have nothing planned, nothing set in stone for that series at all. Actually, I don't like the idea of having that road there. I think we'll just leave it. Yeah, okay, so we'll bring this one down, and then we'll connect this. Oh, this isn't centered. I thought I centered it. Okay, well, I don't mind doing a bit of a revision here. We're still early on. Yeah. So I'm gonna run with Fort Prairie for a little while, just Fort Prairie, and you know, I'm excited about that. I'm really pleased with how that city's coming along. I'm glad I'm taking the time to make things look as I hope they would. Let's just dezone this so we don't keep deleting these people's houses. And then we'll just fill in all of this, and we'll run that road like we had it before. And I think what we'll do is we'll just kind of leave those little small connection points, and maybe you can just kind of leave it as some open space, kind of a bit of a continuation of the park maybe. I don't feel like we need this one though. Yeah, okay, this looks pretty nice. And then what we'll do is we'll just run this across. And this will be like a newer road that's kind of followed the same trajectory as this main highway. Okay, very nice. So yeah, why this park? Well, you know, I was trying to think about what could really would look nice out here. Holy cow, I can't talk. Some of these episodes after work, I'm recording this one after a work day, tend to get to me a little bit sometimes. All right, so we'll just kind of level this out. You know, after a long day of talking shop, coming into this game, I think it's gonna be all good, but life happens. Okay, so I'm kind of looking at the asset here. This is a cool asset. I don't think I've ever used this asset in a series before. So I think I'm going to run a path behind here. I'll try to connect it up. It's a really nice little amphitheater. I can imagine sitting right here, get the nice view of the lake, along with the play. I suspect that those boards aren't always up either. And then we'll run that path all the way along the side here as well. So what path we're going to use? Well, if you know me, we're going with a zoo path with decorations, or without decorations this time. So we'll go right from here, and we'll go right to the edge, just like that. And then I'll run this one right through the trees, apparently. Connect that up, and I'll just straighten it out. Actually, I'll cut the corner here, make it look a little bit nicer. And then we'll just connect it right up to here, maybe. Oh, no, let's connect right here. Okay. Quick little fix. Okay, what's going on? Sometimes. There we go. Ground level. Select the path. Upgrade. There we go. Yeah. So we'll stick with running with Fort Prairie for a little while. You know, I do really like that series. The theme is coming along very nicely. And if you haven't watched Fort Prairie, I suggest it. I rather enjoy that series. That's a good one. It's fun sticking with the theme. It's, you know, it's challenging in a way too to stick to the theme. Because I want to kind of deviate from it and get some you know, unique things going on, but you know, sticking to the theme is the whole point, and that's what makes it fun. It makes it challenging. All right, very nice. Little parkette, maybe on weekends. There's a bit of a farmer's market or something in here. And then let's get like a little shop right here. Perfect. Okay, so what's going on? We duck down. Is there a train station as part of this? I've never had... There isn't. So it's just a tunnel for no reason. I know it's supposed to be like something in, mimicked from something in New York, but it looks like this should be like a train station then. Interesting, but there is no train connection, right? Or metro? No. Okay, well that's pretty neat. An exceptionally large and fancy park. Yeah, I agree. Let's get a bus going to here. I don't know if there's any buses. There is a bus. Okay, so we'll just drag the bus. Currently going to Strathcona Lakes. So we'll get this one and we'll get it to swing all the way out, and it'll stop right inside of here. And then what we'll do is we'll just get it to stop in a few more locations beforehand, and then it's coming out this way. And we'll get it to stop right here. And let's get a stop right there, and then we'll get another one right in here. Or you know what? Why don't we get it to go right out to Strathcona, the park first, and then we'll get it to come back this way. Why not? All right. And I know this bus is mainly out here because it really helps with the land value out this way as well. But like we should probably drag this one all the way out to like here. Another stop right there or something. Yeah, it helps the land value on these really rural builds here. But let's get a couple, maybe a couple shops right through here. Nothing crazy. And then we'll get some houses. We'll leave that one space in between them. And then right through here, we'll get some housing. Yeah, that's nice. And why don't we just connect up here without a road, and we'll just go with a path instead. And we'll go right from this point here, just to take up some space. And then we'll start kind of dissipating out a little bit from more residential. That's rather nice. Okay, and then I'll just kind of use this space to fill it out with some trees here. Help kind of blend the park in a little bit more with the surrounding area. All right, so we got this in place. What's going on over here? Well, you know, I really don't know. We could probably get some sort of suburban development out here. That would be nice. But you know, I really want to look at expanding this area as well. I think we said we're gonna get a park in here a long time ago, but I kind of like the idea of it being having some shops through here as well. But before we get going on that, I want to kind of go through the unique items that we have. So the stuff in the landmarks tool or tab, I don't think there's anything really that we should get. The cinema, I don't mind. The cinema actually could be nice in Strathcona because it's a bit more of like a 50s style, but it's a bit too big for the area. Yeah, it's a bit more of like a downtown thing. So maybe we can squeeze that in at some point. The shopping center, I was thinking the shopping center could be cool, but I really don't like the asset for this themed city. Oh, I forgot water, of course. It's more of like a European asset, right? So I don't, or like at least an urban asset. Bring this down in here. Yeah, you know what? I think that really kind of commands the lake. We'll build up the lake as well. But what else? We got the theater. Yeah, this one also would be more of like a downtown item, or an older part of the city item, European themed. That's not what we got going on. The Ferris wheel, I think that could be cool. I was trying to get it in the waterfront, I believe, a little while ago, but I don't think it worked out. I think we went in a different direction. The hypermarket, I think, could totally work. I was thinking actually Dean Hills for this one, kind of right off the highway there. The stadium, no. The launch site, no, unfortunately not. The Panda Sanctuary, I don't think that's going to really fit. The temple complex, this could be an interesting one out in one of the edge of the city. Fantastic fountain. I think we've left a lot of these because they're just they didn't fit any theme that we were kind of building, but I do like the idea of getting a luxury hotel somewhere. That could be cool. The zoo, I mean, I think another reason is the zoo costs $5,600 a week. That's wild. I just imported the hockey arena. The football stadium is a cool one. I don't think we did this anywhere. We could totally get that in at some point. We did the concerts DLC. We finished all of those. I don't have this one unlocked, the Statue of Industry. I don't have this one unlocked either. The clock tower, I believe that we had the clock tower built in Union Station, and we deleted it at some point. So maybe we can try to get that back at some point or something. That could be fun to do. I think we deleted it because we said we're going to build it somewhere else, and we didn't build it anywhere else. But maybe it could fit in Strathcona. Now that Strathcona is a bit more of a larger town, that could be nice. Yeah. I mean, I don't necessarily think it fits this town, so maybe we'll try to save it for that new town as well. This building can be put downtown anywhere. Lungs the City is another one that I definitely want to get in. I don't think we're going to get it too close on this side, but it's also got a bit of like a campground feel to it. So maybe we save this for our nature reserve park. This one is a European themed asset, so we don't get that. I don't have many of these unlocked, but I mean, this one would be really cool to get. The Grand Library as well is a pretty cool building. The observatory is also really nice. So maybe at the end, once we're kind of done the city, I'll put on the unlock all, and we'll get some of these other items as well. The Ziggurat Gardens. Yeah, this one's a pretty cool build. I can see us doing it somewhere on the edge of the downtown, somewhere. Maybe somewhere like over in here, as a bit of like a like maybe right here, and it's only this building in this location. Yeah, not that stadium. I don't really think that fits the theme. The Colossus statue, that's hilarious. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think this is gonna work out in this area, but it could be interesting to have it right here, wouldn't it? Kind of just commanding the port here. And then we're into the content creator packs, and yeah, there's a couple items in here. I don't think we're gonna go with these skyscrapers though, nor with these ones. The electric car factory, I thought we said we're gonna put it in our car factory area, which is over here, but I guess we never ended up doing it. Interesting. Okay, and then the shuttle. Yeah. Anyways, so that's kind of the plan for all those assets, but I'm glad we got this one in. Let's look at kind of finishing up Strathcona Lakes here, because we're kind of looking at the end of this area. Looks like we have zonable buildings, but no one's kind of moved in. We can try to fix that a little bit. So what we'll do is we'll get this area to be a bit more of like a bit of a commercial strip, I guess. That always helps. It looks like some things got deleted as well. Like, why is there... Yeah, so this is what I'm kind of saying. There's like things that we've built a long time ago. There's things that are just missing, and it's starting to weird me out a little bit. So we'll just use the zoo path for this. And why don't we go with a dirt path, and we'll kind of meander through here as if people have created their own shortcut themselves. Okay, so we'll just try to cut right through here. And we'll go into freeform. There we go, and then we'll do the same thing right from this bus stop. Right down into here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I thought we put like a path behind here as well. Let's go with the city. Yeah, didn't we say we're gonna... Oh, holy cow. I think I'm just misremembering, or I'm remembering people's suggestions, thinking that we've already done them as well. Bring this right behind here. We'll bring it right up like that. I'm going to then grab these. We'll set it to the same height as that. And then I'll just drag this one right behind. And we'll bring this right down like so. And I suppose this could be a named park, but I don't mind just kind of having it like this. Okay, we'll just fix this really quickly. You know, some place where you can come and enjoy the waterfront. I think we said we're going to try to get a bridge in between these two islands, or these two areas. It would really help out as well. So yeah, why not? Let's try it out. Let's go with just this one. Elevate. I'll go from right here. And we'll try to connect up right here in a straight line. And I'll just try to make sure it's the same height. Whoa. Oh, so we are much higher on this side. Or sorry, on this side. Alright, well, I don't mind lowering it at all. Over here. But what we'll do is we'll bring this side over here, and then we'll swing this out like so. We'll go and we'll add a node right about there. So it's a bit more, it's a bit nicer of a connection. Okay, yeah, that's pretty nice. Could even lower this side a little bit so it's less crazy looking. And I should probably add another node in because that looks a little suspicious. Okay, so hopefully that helps out this area as well. So let's get another shop in here. And then I'm thinking right in here we should get a parking lot. And why a parking lot? Well, you know, these towns, they have lots of people that drive, and I'm thinking, oh, holy cow, that works perfectly. I'm thinking people would come down here for the day. They would park their car and you know, hang out by the lake, do some shopping, nice little day trip, you know. So let's just downgrade this road here, or this pathway, to, oh, not that, although that does look nice. I do like the elevated ones on the ground sometimes. They do look pretty cool, how they have like railings and stuff. Yeah, okay, that's nice. And then, yeah, so I was thinking, I don't think we need a key along here, but maybe we do it just along this section so that people can kind of sit by the water. That might be nice, right? So why don't we go into the keys, which are right through here. I'm thinking this one. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, that's a bit larger than I was expecting, but I think maybe we can make it work here. Bring this back. Pull it in. And then we grab both of the nodes. We say get to the same height as something like that. Yeah, that could be nice. Maybe the lake fluctuates in height with the winter. Let's try to lower this side a little bit. And okay, so why don't we try and just continue this from over here. See how that looks. Bring it right into there. Oh, I suppose there was a second node here. So I think we'll have to downgrade this one as well. So we'll grab that and we'll just upgrade, downgrade those like so. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then right through here, I think maybe we can just try to blend it in a little bit with some rocks. And then I'll look at continuing kind of with what we were doing before. And, you know, just twisting the rocks makes a cool little pattern here. And then, yeah, this looks really nice. I like that. I suppose people would, you know, come here for a picnic. So why don't we try and you know, lean into that kind of feel. So we'll get some large trees here. And then we'll go with some picnic tables. So I like the picnic tables from the nature reserve. I think this is it's a nice style. So we get a couple over here by the trees. And then I suppose this should probably be a shop over here in this little section. And then over on this side, yeah, I never really like how these end. So I just kind of like using natural features to kind of end them. So why don't we go with like some large rocks right here. The city didn't want to blast them or something. Oh, come on. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. All right, so we'll get some more shops right along here. Move that. And yeah, why don't we just get a pathway kind of winding around? Maybe it's a bit of a hiking trail that maybe isn't as maintained as everything else, and we'll kind of get it right around the lake here. You know, just doing these kind of like natural features really help out, kind of fill in the city as well. And we'll swing this all the way over into here. And then what I've noticed that we can do is if we actually upgrade the road or downgrade, however you perceive things, I guess, into this country road, we can actually zone. So what I'll do is I'll bring this right down into there. That works. And we'll zone it right up to this bridge. And then if we grab this path, and just pull it in, it connects up. People will actually be able to walk here. But if we just we grab a small parking lot like that, let's just turn it around. Oh, actually, no, that's too big for what I'm kind of feeling. So do we have a smaller one? Fantastic. Let's just flip this one around though. And then we'll go into like the city parks, and what I'll do is I'll just grab one of the washroom assets. Ooh, okay, we're getting a bit too close. I thought I had a bit more space to deal with, or to play with. And then what I'll do is I'll just grab the trees. We'll just kind of surround here. We'll go right along the path. And we got like a bit of like a hiking trail. You know, sometimes when you're driving along a country road, you see like a random parking lot and you're like, what the heck? And it's like a hiking trail. So that's kind of what I'm thinking we could do. Let's just turn up the size. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, so how did this zone in? Yeah, that zoned in pretty nicely. I like it. And we got people coming to see this, which will bring in more tourists into this area, up the land value of the whole region as a whole as well. All right. So how is this area looking? Looks like we need some more death care. This isn't the first time I've seen one of these signs lately. So why don't we grab a cemetery, and we can We have one over here already, though. This is a pretty good spot for one, actually. In that it kind of fits. Okay. So, yeah, I was thinking about maybe we could spend some time kind of going over here with some roads. So why don't we do that? We'll just use just some basic roads. Keep it simple. And we'll use the freeform. And I'm not going to try to follow the lake perfectly. Okay, and then we'll have some nice, just some houses every now and then through here. And that's the great thing about playing with the no power lines mod is you can just kind of build a house where you think there would be a house, and you don't need to worry about, you know, the power lines. And I suppose these houses would be rather large out over here. So, okay, and then right down through here, I suspect there would still be housing, right? Just makes sense. Yeah, this works. I suppose we'll leave some of it open. Yeah, so I'm just kind of randomly clicking them in. Not too worried about the size of these houses. But I think just them being alone kind of makes, fills in the feel that I'm kind of going for. And I'm focusing on surrounding the lake with it. Not too worried about everything else, to be honest, at the moment, because we are kind of winding down. We could go on forever, but you know, I don't think my computer would like me if we continued a city of 140,000 people too much longer. Like, it gets very hot very fast running this city. Okay, so that's it for this area today. There is one thing that I wanted to build up over in here. There's a couple places that I still want to kind of touch on. Some city parks through here, you know, again, really simple parks. But the Strathcona stables, I think it was Jen in the comments had a great suggestion that this was the area for Lord Strathcona, the maybe an older historical figure that settled in the region. And this was kind of their property and their stables. And then it also came up that perhaps there could be a connection in Fort Prairie with Lord Strathcona's stables. So the Strathcona stables are over here. So we got the stable, you know, really simple. But what I'm thinking is we could use the park maintenance depot as a bit of like a newer complex from perhaps the old house. Maybe this was the old ranch that they've converted or something. The old ranch house. And you know, just that alone really kind of helps build up the stable qualities. I'm sure that like it looks like a barn, right? So I think it fits the theme. So let's just kind of keep the land all uniform. Come back over here with a bit of a larger brush to smooth it all out. Okay, and then I think what I'll do is I'll just try and bump out the proper, like the height that we're building on a little bit farther. On both sides here. Oh, we already did that side, nice. And there are houses over here as well, which will kind of fill in over time. Bring this right down into here. But I'm thinking what we really need in here is trails to ride the horses, right? So perhaps this whole lake is the old Strathcona land. So we'll move the fire department over on this side. And we will just remove that. I just want to check on something. I did finish this off, right? Water. Of course. And we'll just make a really quick connection up right through here. And then I believe we'll probably need water through here too, because of course I forgot water. All right. One thing that you can always add in these areas where you know you're kind of building some rural things is you go into the parks tool here and just grab the dog park. The dog park really fits in a lot of different spots, and it really raises the land value. Just looks like a simple little park, right? Whoa. Let's fill this in. I know this is a lot of trees, but I think it looks nice. And then here's that walking trail. I suppose that we could probably get some more trails through here too. Maybe we can just kind of swing out over here, swing around, connect up. We'll get a second kind of connection that goes right through here and right in, and then we'll get another one that runs down into here. You know, really fun. And this would be like a really cool beach to kind of hang out at. Yeah, so that's that. What were we doing? The stables, of course. Yeah, so I think we need some open fields and stuff like that. So I think what we'll do is we'll clear this right here. And then what we'll do is we'll get the farm fence, nature reserve fence. And what I'll do here is I'll just bring this out to here, and we'll just kind of square some things off. So there's different like pastures that you can take the horses into. So there's that one, and then there's another one over here. And then we'll have another one right through here. We'll just bring it right to there and over. Yeah, you know, maybe these are areas that, you know, you can bring the horses into and you can ride around. But you know, I'm just kind of looking for like more of like a feel from the sky, nothing too fancy. But I do want to get that trail through here. So I'm thinking a dirt path is probably the way to go. So what I'll do is I'll just bring it out like that, and then we'll swing it over, and we'll come back through here and we'll place trees in here afterwards. So in this case we will follow the trail because maybe it's you know, one is going to be a bit easier too, and then second, I think it would be a nice little ride, you know. Never been horse riding myself, not that I'm not a horse person, never been that close to a horse, to be honest, in my life. But you know, I think for those people who would ride horses, this would be a nice little adventure. Maybe you can come here for the day, maybe you have like a camp here in the summer or something like that. And there's some nice trails you can ride around in, learn to ride a horse in these areas, in these corrals. I think that's a horse term. Maybe we can just do a bit of, if it is a corral, we can do a bit of like a bit of a circle here. Is that actually a thing? Ride around in the circle. All right, so then I'll come through here with our forest brush, and we'll just kind of lightly brush through here, leave up some open spaces, but I'll try to fill in along the roads in particular. And maybe right through here as well. Yeah, right along the roads, I'll try to make sure that it's all forested in. A bit more private that way, right? And then we'll get some trees right through here. It's nice. And then I'll try to just clean up the pastures here. And that's gonna be okay. Very nice. Yeah, it's a pretty cool little build here for the horses. Little day camp. And there's the horse. Yeah. All right. So, in the kind of theme of trying to fill in some things, let's look at Elm City Park here. Where is Elm City Park's? Where's its limits? Well, it looks like I've drawn its limits out over here. So I think what we'll do is we'll make this a named park. And I'll just look at kind of finishing it off. And once we're done this, I think the only thing left in Strathcona is filling in cottage country. And maybe the edges a little bit more right in through here. I don't mind leaving this just blank. But let's work on Maple Grove a little bit, and we'll work on the trails here. So what do we need? We need the gate. This is the main gate. Okay, we won't get it there. Maybe we can get the main gate right here. But it looks like I turned zoning off through here, so we'll need to do it manually. So we'll get the main gate right beside this dog park, of course, you know, dog park again. And we'll swing this right through here. Yeah, so if you made it this far, let me know if there's anything else you want me to add into the city before we, you know, just leave it be for a little while. Again, I don't think this will be the last time we would see this city, even like, well, obviously not today, but like once we finish it off in July. I don't think this would be the end of this city, but I do think we'll leave it for now. I think it just makes sense to, you know, work on a new project. This is kind of the city that I feel I've kind of learned a lot from. Yeah, you know, like this is the city that I think I learned a lot about mods in. I've learned a lot about what kind of builder I want to be. You know, I've learned a lot about YouTube specifically through building this city. So I know it's the same park, but it crosses this road, and I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, so there's just a lot of things that I feel like I just want to kind of let sit for a little while, and we can work on our new city where I'm a bit more stringent on the themes and stuff like that. Because, you know, there's a lot of things in the city that aren't exactly the most Ontario themed, but, you know, I'd still work out in the end. But I also am really excited for the series after this, the British Columbia theme series. Again, like that's all I have planned. Or that the next series is going to be British Columbia theme series. If you're like one of the original subscribers and you saw the new Lancaster series, you can recall, if you do recall, that the original plan for this channel was that we were going to build cities starting from the east coast of Canada right to the west coast. And so we started with New Lancaster. Well, originally on the channel it was a city called Springfield, but that one my computer did not I think there was like a computer issue which caused me to have to end that series. Yeah, I had to like do like a factory reset on my computer and I lost everything. Anyways, that's not what we're talking about. So then I did a series set on the East Coast, which again was not stringent on the theme. It became like just a wild city after a little while. And then we did a Quebec themed city, and I really liked that series. I was really strict with the theme, but I think there's a couple issues that caused that city to end. I'm not going to put a gate here, just because it's just the kind of like it's not that important anyways. And yeah, I really like that city. I really wish you could have continued it. I am thinking about going back to that map once I'm done the BC series, but you know, that is so far away that, you know, who knows what life is going to be like at that point. All right, so we'll swing this one out. And yeah, I suppose we can get another path right here. Yeah, so then we did the Quebec theme city, and then it was this one. So this one was kind of hastily made because I think the issue in the end was that I couldn't figure out a glitch that was happening. However, once I did figure that out and I went to go back to fix it, the road pack that we were using stopped getting updated and it broke. So I couldn't actually end up fixing it, which is really sad because I really did like Rivière de la Montagne. And I do think that if we do kind of stick with these themes of Canadian theme cities, I'll go back to a Quebec theme city because I feel like that was a little, that was left untouched, or unfinished, sorry. And I think that we should do it justice and go back to it at some point. So I'll use the same map and everything, but okay. Let's just do a bit of like this is like a bit more of a forested walk, you know, pretty cool, along Maple Grove. But I'll come back here. This is a really dense forest, hence the Maple Grove, I guess. But we'll clear out this section right here. Yeah, and so sorry, and then we did this series, and this is the series that I learned, you know, a lot about how I wanted to approach YouTube. You know, the theme of my channel, the theme of these series is, and yeah. Where should this playground be? It's more of like a walking park, but I think a playground could still be nice. And a cafe. Little forest cafe. We'll get some washrooms right here. Nothing crazy, and we'll get a couple gazebos on these kind of junctions. And nothing crazy, you know? And then we'll get some trees right through here. Alright. Maple Grove. And yeah, so sorry if it feels like kind of rushing. It's true, I kind of am. I want to make sure I hit up everything that we want to do at this point in the series. Yeah, I mean, I think the flight path is still good to fly over these trees, and I think like a nice forest is always nice to walk through, especially if it's like a really accessible one with paved paths and stuff like that. I think that'd be really nice. A nice day trip, you know, spend time in the park. Okay, well, you know, we did these stables here. That was a lot of fun. Really cool little build here with this private lake as well, which I suppose we could have added like access to. So why don't we do that really quickly? We'll do like a pier down in here. Okay, I'll just I'll place it park or roadside. So it has to be roadside. Okay, so there's another one though that I could use. I guess we can just extend the Strathcona Stables park line, our park district, right? But it isn't a park. Okay, so why can't I place it in? Or it must have a main gate. Oh, okay. You know what? It's fine. We don't need to do that. We can kind of tell that it's, or maybe I can get like an abandoned one if I just grab something from Dead Island. This one right here. Copy it. Bring it over. Whoa. Maybe there at one point there was some fun watercraft activity over here or something like that back in the day. Lord Strathcona had, you know, like enjoyed, you know, canoeing or something on his lake. Yeah, anyway, so that's Strathcona Stables. What else did we do today? Well, we finished off Strathcona Lakes with just a bit more of a suburban expansion. We had talked about what we're gonna do. We talked about the future of the channel, so you know, lots going on, and talked about a future project, which I'll let you know more of in the future. But for now, folks, I think we'll leave it. Yeah, I think this will make a good thumbnail right here. Hope you had a lovely day, folks. Talk to you on Wednesday's episode, where we'll be doing the nature reserve out on the coast of the lake. So have a great day. Peace out.